We're here with track head coach Mike Heimerman. They look forward to this weekend of the Tyson Invitational in Fayetteville. I mean, Coach, health is always the most important thing. You've stressed that multiple times so far. But what's other than that? What are the most important things you're kind of looking for this weekend as it is as the final meet before track championships?
Well, some of the kids are going to be running an event for the first time. We're opening up some kids in some of their specialty events, and with only having 3 meets before conference, it gets really tough to get the events in. And some people might think that's weird, but with kids running multiple events like the 2 or 4 or the 60 and the 2, it's just hard to double them if it's a one-day meet like we were at Pitt State. 2 weeks ago or 4 weeks ago when we're at Lubbock out there at Texas Tech, we can maybe do it because 60 was on the first day and the 200 was the second day. And that's kind of like what it is this week, but we'll have a few kids opening up. So really it's just getting them in the event, and really their only time before we get to run at conference. And some of them, maybe it's their second time.
Yeah, any players or athletes in particular who've really shown improvement throughout both the meets and practice so far?
Just about everybody. It'd be hard if I started saying a couple names. I'd be singling a couple out, of course, but I'd forget so many. But man, everybody's just done such a great job. I mean, almost each week everybody's hit a season best or a personal best, and it's just been trust the process and keep building for an indoor conference. And I'm not going to be surprised to see probably at least a dozen, or if not more, season best or personal best come this weekend.
Yeah, and then who are like one or two athletes you haven't really spoken about, who have newcomers who have really impressed you? You've mentioned obviously Zach has broken a record, but I mean going forward, like who's really stood out, I suppose?
Men like you said, Zach. This week we're going to open up Destin. I know he's a returner, but Destin hadn't ran a 200 yet, so don't be surprised to see another fast time with him. And then Taj Morris on the hurdles. He false started at Texas Tech, and then he caught a cramp. He was leading going in with about 1 hurdle left, and he caught a cramp in his hamstring, so he didn't get to finish the event. So those are 2 big ones. On the women's side, Vanessa Bali in the hurdles, and in the 200, she's still, I think, leading the conference in the 200. Maybe she's second in the hurdles, and she's only ran it 1 time. Really, just about any freshman girl. They've all ran phenomenal. Coach Pennington did a phenomenal job recruiting them here, and they're just starting to scratch the surface. So just about any newcomer, I mean, you could say any name, and you're going to be pretty impressed with what they've done so far.
Yeah, last time you mentioned the fast surface in Pittsburgh. Man, the track athletes, like you kind of thought they would. They had really nice performances. How do you build upon that going forward?
Well, each week we're going to try to be better. Each day we want to try to be better, and each meet we want to try to be better. Arkansas is not a phenomenally fast 60 meters. I mean, it's not like they're going to run slow. 200s are pretty good. It's an older track, but NCs have been held there probably a couple dozen times. It's a phenomenal facility. It was probably one of the first banked facilities in the country. It was a trendsetter, but setter, I guess I should say. But it'll be a great opportunity for our kids to run against some top SEC Big 12 talent. It's going to be a tough meet, and we're going to go in there and try to grind it out and see if it'll prepare us a little bit better for an indoor conference in 2.5 weeks.
Yeah, you mentioned Arkansas top competition, ranked number 1 in the country. I mean, it's got to be nice. It's got to be nice building as you go forward to conference in 2 weeks. I mean, seeing athletes like that having to run against them and compete against them.
Yeah, we'll mix it up. I mean, LSU's going to be there. Baylor will be there. There'll probably be 5 to maybe 10 schools ranked in the top 30 in the country, including us. I think our men are still ranked in the top 30, which is a great thing, a testament to the kids. But it'll be a phenomenal meet, and it'll show that if our kids can compete at that level, conference, and I'm not taking anything away, conference is the Southland Conference. We're not the SEC, we're not the Big 12, but if we can run against those kids, then we can run against anybody, and it'll just prepare us for the pressure of conference.
Yeah, thank you, Coach.
Thank you.